Positive energy all the time. On the late night, I kind of been busy and wasn't paying attention to this No Kings nationwide protest, which I do not support whatsoever. We're going to talk about it though. Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, Americans descendants of slavery, stay out of that. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. So I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Kick, everybody on Twitch. Everybody on YouTube and everybody on Facebook. Both channels. Good to see you all. We got Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Richmond, California. New Orleans is in the building. Louisiana, the beautiful Arnell Hamilton, looking gorgeous with her extra pretty self. So I got a break, and as soon as I got a break, I seen this. I'm like, actually, I was scrolling and I seen the news and they were talking about it going down in Chicago. That's how I found out. It's tomorrow, Chicago, downtown. Which I do not support at all. I'm very irritated by Latinos and Hispanics reaching out to us for support. It's definitely very irritating. They don't really reach out for nothing else. It's an insult, really. I feel insulted. It's that, that's what type of relationship they want to have come when they in trouble. Other than that, we have no relationship with them like that. What relationship we got with Latinos and Hispanic? You don't have no relationship with them. Like some fair weather friends, like you in trouble, now you want to be my friend. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Seriously. It just show you what they standing on. Now, I don't like to generalize, and I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying I ain't got no relationship with them. I don't hate them. I don't have a relationship with them. You got to be around somebody to like them. I can't say I like them. I can't say I don't like them because we have no relationship. Oh, and that way I don't like them. The fact that we don't got no relationship, and you trying to act like we do. We don't have no relationship. I mean, in our daily life, we have more relationship with white Americans than Hispanics and Latinos. For real. If you had to measure our relationship with white Americans and our relationship with Hispanics, we have a better relationship with white Americans than we do with them. Because not all white Americans is like racist like that, and a lot of them is kind of cool. They don't be tripping like that. But The Asians and Hispanics are standoffish. We don't have any relationship with Asian Americans other than we go in their restaurant to buy something. We don't have no relationship with Hispanic Americans. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I ain't never heard no relationship like that. That's all the way back to the 80s when I was in LA. I was in LA. It wasn't a relationship. Yeah, they become people of color when something happened. But we not doing that no more. That was a long time ago. We not doing that. Like you can't pop back up like that. And then it was half, it wasn't strong then. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't strong then. Like fair weather friends, that type of stuff, as a group of people. Cause I'm for liking, people always say, you got to get along with everybody. Well, for the dominant white society, that's easy for them to say because they the dominant society. But as the black minority, what people, you know, you can't speak for what we should do. You know, you're not in our position. You seen them last night? I didn't even know they was here. What city was they in? They was in Chicago. I should have went to see Marshall. He like 99, I think now. I keep missing them when they come. Brad, I don't know what's going on nowadays. Oh, they was in Philly. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on nowadays. I'll be so busy. I didn't even know this situation was going on. Somebody didn't like these type of situations. He avoided this type of stuff. He used to call brothers that be on that. They used to call them freedom boys. He didn't like freedom boys. He didn't like anybody that was on that black stuff. Oh, they gonna be at the promontory on June 29th? I'm probably gonna definitely go to that. I think that's in Hyde Park. I definitely should go to that. Yeah, that's in Hyde Park. I gotta put that in my phone. I definitely will. I definitely gotta go get pita. That's on a Sunday. Yeah, I'll go check them out. Yeah, that'd be good. I'll go check them out. Get pita at the house. Yeah, I'll go get him and get him out the house. He'll enjoy that. But yeah, so I go and I think I see the Chicago news came across my YouTube and they were talking about this big old protest tomorrow. It's supposed to be all across the country. It's supposed to be this protest. And I'm not really against them doing what they're doing. I just don't want any black Americans to participate in it. You know, My parents was born in the 30s, and they went through a lot. My grandparents was born in the early 1900s, late 1800s. They went through a lot, and I was born in 1958, so I was born in the middle of a lot of that stuff. And now I'm almost 70. And that's just a lot of years of negative energy that we as Black Americans have dealt with. It's just a large portion of negative energy. And it's like being in a family and you a child and everybody's mean to you, but they're all nice to each other. So everything is nice from their perspective because they can't really feel your pain. So as Black Americans, a lot of people we talk to, if they not really Black Americans, they don't feel it. And even some Black Americans, when they're sheltered, they can't feel it. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely getting to the boiling point. You know, it's getting to the boiling point at this point where we just don't want to be bothered with nobody. We just want to unite ourselves because we don't have ourselves united, and we don't want to keep spreading ourselves thin. We have work to do within our own FBA community. We have work to do, and we just really exhausted with people using us when it benefit them. And we're exhausted with all the people that's all about peace and love, but never speak on the lack of peace and love for Black Americans. That's phony too. You got all these people, always we got to work together, but it's always directed on us. It's never directed at the people that don't work together with us. Y'all ever notice that? It's always people need to get along and get together, but it's always for us to be the ones trying to get along and get together. Because if they believe that, we wouldn't be going through all this racism we go through. So all the people talking all that peace and get together, they're phony too. They phony because they never say that on our behalf. Never. The whole idea of peace and unity always got to be from us. We got to have the olive branch all the time. Our communities could be falling down. We could be filling up the penitentiaries. We could be unfairly policed. And you ain't going to see nobody march for us like that. You ain't going to see nobody speak up on our behalf like that. But it's stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Oh, let's hurry get a bill for that. And it's just like we sick of it. Our own Black brothers don't stand up for us. Brothers come from the Caribbean and Africa. They the same way. Same way. Not all of them, but enough of them to not really have no relationship with them. When we go to church or when we go to function, all we see there is us. Nobody don't come to our stuff. Nobody don't come to our churches or our functions, our family picnics and stuff. Nobody come. It's got to be some kind of multicultural, like Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean fest that everybody come. But it's like Black American, some type of festival or something. They ain't coming. Unless they want to come sell some stuff. They'll come if they can make some money. but they're not coming for support. You can go to some of these black, black African American festivals in Chicago. There'll be some brothers there from Africa, but they won't be socialized. They just be behind the booth selling stuff. There's no interaction. I mean, none. They just there, sit back, buy something, buy something. Hey, my brother, are you, just trying to sell you stuff, but no brotherly nothing. It's like a stranger. It's like they black for nothing. It's like you black for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at this disrespect in your country, and you can't go get the guys on them because we always the nice one. Go to Africa and treat them like that, and they'll attack you. Black Americans, go to Africa. Treat the Africans the way they treat us over here and see what happens. But yet they do that over here, we still don't bother. Knowing that overall they don't like us. Now, I'm not saying all of them. There's some cool brothers from Africa and the Caribbean, but I'm saying mostly they don't like us. They ain't come over here, they still don't like you, you know what I'm saying? But it come flop down in your stuff to try to sell you some stuff. It'd be crazy. Sometimes they'll like brighten up if they think you're gonna buy something, and they don't see you buy nothing, they turn back. Y'all ever see? Like you walk up and look like you finna buy something, they'll brighten up a little bit, and then when they see you don't buy nothing, you know what I mean? Like they'll do. It'll be crazy as hell. It'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy. It make you don't want to buy nothing. It'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, one thing a lot of people don't understand, like Hispanics don't understand, is like every generation you deal with of Black Americans, that ain't the same generation, but it kind of is. So it kind of gets spread down. So my mother and them is gone. I'm older. Then there's a new younger generation, and they not liking it. But I'm the younger generation compared to my parents. So I kind of mesh with them. So it ain't the same Black people no more. This is not the same Black Americans. In 2025, 2026, 2027, it's not the same. The way it's going, Black America's finna shut everybody out. You can tell. You can tell. Everybody's just gonna be shut out. It ain't gonna be no hate, but we just gonna do our own thing. We don't wanna intermingle. We don't wanna, when you have a problem, go handle it. If we ain't cool before you have a problem, I mean, what you want? I'm getting pissed with these people talking about Black and brown love now that they're in trouble. That's like real disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you. That's real disrespectful for you to have problems and you start holding up banners and stuff talking about black and brown love. And it's like, wow, y'all gotta be in trouble for that? Like, okay. And you talking about Black and brown love while you spray painting Kobe's face over? Y'all don't even got y'all stuff together. So I've been working. I got trying to get all my websites popping, and I go and I see this thing get ready to go down. I got so all today I gotta be live. Oh my God, a content creator's life. So, all tomorrow I got to do content about this no king thing. And they burning the American flag, which is crazy, which is absolute, and waving like they flags where they from. They're going to be in Chicago waving Mexican flags and foreign flags, You see what I'm saying? Totally crazy. I don't know. Tomorrow's going to be a mess. Unbelievable, Goshen, yes. I got to cover it. Because it's going to give me feelings, and my live stream is about my feel how when I got to feel something about something. I love Benjamin Crump, and he's on this thing to stand up for the Hispanics, and I want to get him, but he do so much good work. I'm not gonna get him. I want to get him, but I'm not gonna get him because he do a lot of good work. So I got to give him a pass. I went to his Instagram and I was like, should I get him? I'm like, nah, I can't get Crump. He gonna come back and do some good work. So if he want to do that, let him do it. You know what I mean? If he want to push, to stand up for them, let him do it. You know what I mean? Let him do it. Yeah, because I felt like he do a lot of good work. Let him do it on the internet and stuff. It's something I'd rather, catch him in Chicago and say, boy, I'd rather catch him in Chicago and say, I gave you a pass. Run it, you know what I'm saying? Between me and him. No, they don't like nobody dark like him, but I understand what he's doing because he going to get a bag. So that's another reason. He going to get a bag. He going to take some cases because they're going to have to get some dark-skinned people to take them cases. I mean, you know what I'm saying? In order for them, because now Black Americans are saying they racist. So they got white America want to kick them out. They got Black Americans say, y'all racist, y'all don't stand with us. So they between a rock and a hard place. They got to try to figure out how they going to patch it up. Now, Trump came out and said he don't want to throw all the ones out that's working for the farmers because farmers called him and said, these people been working for me for 20 years. So he said, well, maybe if you've been there 20 years, we might start letting them stay. We just want to throw the new ones out. So he want to try to figure out how, if you've been here a long time, he kind of want to leave you alone, especially if you're working or something. He just want to throw the new ones out, basically. So it won't destroy the farmers so they could keep having a slave labor. Me, I would throw them all out because it's slave labor. And I tell the farmers, if you don't want to pay no decent salary, you need to go out of business. You need to go out of business if you want somebody to come pick this stuff for free. But I understand they can't do it because the government is robbing the farmers. So the farmers ain't going to make no money if they pay a fair wage because the Food and Drug Administration and the Agriculture Department is raping the farmers. Okay, they doing them with no Vaseline. Yeah, the farmers that's just spinning their wheels. They ain't making no money. Not really. They slaves too. Yeah, it probably will be. Because you got professional protesters and people been locked up in the house, G-Rock. So when they get warm like that, they going to come outside. But By the time it get about 7, the brick throwers gonna show up. It's gonna be a disaster. Early it's gonna be the real protesters. The later it get, the knuckleheads coming out. Now, like in Chicago, if these black teens decide to go down there, oh, it's gonna be a big old brawl. It's gonna be a mess. If the teen takeover happen in Chicago and all them black teens go down there, it's gonna turn to looting and all type of stuff. Because it's summertime. So it's a lot of things going on psychologically. It's summertime. People won't coming outside. They just not coming outside. School just not finna in. So now when you mix that, people coming outside, they're not gonna let you have downtown. They coming downtown too. They was gonna come downtown whether y'all had this or not. So all them young black kids that was gonna come downtown tomorrow anyway, they still gonna come down here. And then a lot of these black kids hearing their grandparents and their parents saying they ain't really messing with Mexicans and stuff. So they're gonna be going down there. There ain't gonna be no friendly exchange. Plus, it ain't really no love like they faking it like that. It's not the love they saying. We don't get along in the penitentiary like that. And most of these penitentiaries, the Latinos, Hispanics, ride with the Aryans. Anybody tell you that? They ride with the Aryans and stuff. They don't ride with the blacks. If something go down, we got to deal with them and the Aryans, which we do. They both get served up on a platter, but it ain't no, that's what's phony about it. Like, some blacks is out here talking unity, but you don't understand. Brothers in the penitentiary, they ops. They real racists like that. They just hide their racism. They call us the N-word all the time. They don't like you like that. Not all of them, but the majority. George Lopez said it's what his parents used to say about us. He made a whole joke out of it. It was part of his last really big performance. He talked about that. How they don't like us at all, and how their parents tell them stay away from us. I didn't like the comedy because the way he was doing it, he wasn't doing it like he was against it. It was real deep the way he was doing it. I didn't like it. Now tomorrow I got to spend my day, well, really today, I got to watch that madness downtown Chicago, all over the country. I got to watch that. You know what I'm saying? The black youth, they not going to go around the Latino protesters, but they going to probably come downtown. So they not really coming because they there. They coming because it's summertime. They only got so many weeks, right? They only got so many weeks. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in June, 4 weeks in July, 3 weeks in August. Then they got to get ready to go back to school. So that in a place like Chicago where you got winter and fall and spring, soon as it get like June, they finna pop out. Everybody finna pop out. So to have that down there now, while everybody trying to go and enjoy the summer, trying to get an early start to the summer, that might not work out so well. Everybody got plans too. We don't want to stop our plans for no Hispanic protests that don't even deal like us like that. And they talk about no kings, you know what I'm saying? I'd be bogus if I went down there with a sign say no Latin kings. I went there and they say no kings. I'm like, you know what? On VL. On VL. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What if we went down there with no Latin king sign? You know what I'm saying? See, it's true. It's funny. It's a funny situation. So I don't know. I'm gonna be watching it. But oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm gonna be watching it, but I just ain't got no sympathy for them. We benefit if they deport them. So what do you want us to do? They bringing down the price is for labor and everything. You making them undercut labor. You coming here working for peanuts, and you're not really good for the economy. You a slave. You good for the economy for the people that hire you and don't have to pay you nothing. They doing fine. But you ain't doing nothing. You aren't cutting the labor force in the United States. You working for peanuts. How can somebody else get a job when you'll do it for nothing? So it's not good economically. Somebody gonna come and do a $5,000 job for 2,000. How's that good? You undercutting the labor force. That's not good. It's just not. You think about your king dad. That's right. You're on the right page, Kathy. They call us Mayite, Black Beetle. See? Yeah, all that old crazy stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they want to rap. They want to do everything we do. They're just like everybody. Everybody, we built all of this. First Christian nation was Ethiopia. Wasn't nobody else Christian. They copied that from Ethiopia. Took Christ, changed his race, all that. Everything. They said they're going to all be protesting tomorrow because Trump, with his deportation situation. Where they let the people come and try to take the country from them. Yeah, why would you let them people run in here like that, take the country from you, from another country? Yeah, that wasn't even smart anyway. They should have been shut that down. So I gotta sit up here and deal with that tomorrow. It's gonna be all across the country. It's gonna be a madhouse, I predict. I don't know how they're going to keep law and order with that. Hopefully they will, though. But I can't see it. Yeah, Juneteenth coming up soon, too. They talking about black and brown love. I bet you they ain't going to respect Juneteenth. Yeah, I heard what he said. He was talking crazy. Like, ain't no police officer supposed to be able to say that. The fact he still got a job, boy, you can't threaten to do that to no people like that. You the police. What kind of police is he? He should have been fired right off the top. You can't get up there talking crazy. You can't get up there, you the police, say, don't y'all come acting crazy because I'm acting crazy. You supposed to always act civil. You could arrest him, but you didn't have to say all that. What's going on, Michael Lee? It's going to be a long day today. A long day. And the Democrats that hate Trump, they ain't helping nothing because they just willing to go along with anything, long as it's against Trump. No, let them all in. You know, they some lames. The Democrats is done sold out. They ain't standing on nothing for Black Americans. All they standing on is lawlessness, basically. They ain't standing on nothing. They a disgrace. They really are. They a disgrace. And doggone governor out there, all he want to do is get in a tanning machine and look like a beach boy. He worthless. The California governor, he don't even deserve no job. He tacky as it come. Living off the Kennedy name. That's all he doing. So we gonna watch tomorrow. I just want to come let FBA know, stand down. Stand down tomorrow. Foundational Black America, stand down. Don't you take your butt out there playing with them people. Yeah, they tried to trade. They traded the blacks for the Latinos. Yep. Sure did. Sure did. Only in America. So that's it. I don't want to talk about this because I got to talk about it all day. So you all, have a good day. Enjoy your Saturday. If you get a chance, check it out. Enjoy your Father's Day to the fathers. Try to enjoy your Father's Day. You know, Father's Day is a strange day because for Father's Day, I just be thinking about my children. I don't be even thinking about myself. So I don't even think about myself on Father's Day. You know what I mean? It's a weird day. I don't know any other fathers. You got a lot of children. Do you be thinking about your last born on Father's Day? That's all I've been thinking about is my last born. I guess that's because the last one I had the baby. I guess that's all I be thinking about. I don't really be thinking about myself. It's weird. I like Mother's Day more than Father's Day, even though I'm a father. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I like Mother's Day more because they be getting pregnant. We don't get pregnant. They be getting pregnant, have to carry a baby, and they have to push a baby out. So, people talking about the day should be equal. I don't know. I might have said that too, but that ain't real. They can't be equal because, being a father ain't nothing like being a mother. A mother is a whole, you know what I'm saying? On the real, I can't compete with the mama. If I had to be pregnant 9 months and then had to push the baby out through a hole, a big old baby out through my coochie, oh man, come on now. You know that hit different. You can't compare, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I respect all that. I understand all that. But, I got 6 children, so I watched women get pregnant. And I'm the realest alive, man. Getting pregnant is a whole nother thing. No matter I put it in there, that's true. But that's putting it in there. That's like your place, you know. But carrying it is a whole nother subject. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother subject because all I do is hit it back and it's in there. I be having fun putting it in there. She don't be having no fun carrying it and pushing it out. It's much more fun putting it in than it is pushing it out. That's all I'm saying. I be keeping it real. Like if I was a woman, that'd be way harder. I carry a baby 9 months. Yeah, Mama's Day is gonna be bigger than Daddy's Day. That's a big. I think Mother's Day is big. That's why Mother's Day is so big. That's a hard ass job. My daddy ain't have a hard job as my mama. My mama pushed 2 of us out. My daddy ain't had no baby. I'm just keep it real. Sometimes you gotta think about stuff when you be tripping. You tripping, man. Well, we don't get no respect Father's Day. But the reality is, man, if you're a father today, you know damn well everything run through mommy. You know they gotta go tell their mommy. Everything run through mommy. Don't nothing too much run through daddy too much. All problems run through mama. Maybe I'm tripping. Not only did my children's problems run through mama, my problems ran through my mama. Mama, all my issues. I don't really remember running to daddy for stuff. Every time it was an issue, every time it was something I wanted, I always went to mama. I ain't really go to daddy unless he was the only one there. But a lot of times I wait till she get home. I don't know if I tell her too much. I wait till she get home and hit her. It's like I don't even be thinking about asking him, which is weird. Like I ain't thinking about asking him for some reason. It's not like I'm scared he gonna say no or nothing like that. It's just mama, you know what I'm saying? When my daddy would get off work and my mom would pick him up, I mean, we'd be glad to see him walk into the car, but we'd be more excited we in the car with mama. Like, we never was excited when my daddy got home, but we was excited when my mama walked in the door. Like when my daddy came home, we wasn't excited. We just, hey, dad, you know what I mean? It's like we don't be glad to see him because it's like he daddy. We gonna see him anyway. You know, you're a kid, you don't understand. You see him, you see him. So you don't really be that excited. Because you're a kid, you don't know he might not make it home. You think, oh, daddy gonna be home, daddy gonna be home. So you don't be tripping. Daddy get home, okay, daddy home. But you ain't got all them questions and all that begging for daddy. But when mommy come home, you got questions, you got begging to do. You want stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's who you bug the hell out of, mama. You know what I mean? Am I tripping? Mama is when you beg. You got high expectations when mommy get home. You don't have high expectations when daddy get home. You don't really want daddy to take you nowhere like that. Who want to go somewhere with daddy? Nobody. Especially if it's 2 or 3 kids. If it's a boy by himself, yeah, you know. But if it's some children and you got to go as a group, we trying to go with mama. It's something about mama. And mama do stuff different. You understand? So we run behind mama. And it's like she said, we protecting stuff. Yeah, kinda. But mama will pop you though. If you got a Mississippi, Alabama mama, I mean, daddy can protect her. But for some reason, everybody's scared of mama. Everybody, you know, we was growing up. That was a known fact. You know who the police was most scared of? Mamas. They used to do research on that. Police was terrified of mamas. They did not want to see your mama. Your daddy, yeah, they probably talk it out and stuff. You know how talking to women go when they mad. That don't go good. Men can still be kind of diplomatic when they mad. Mama's gonna go all the way off. She ain't trying to hear nothing. Police was scared of mamas back in the 60s. Ask somebody. Say Pharaoh said police was scared of mamas. They was terrified. You know, mama will do you dirty over them children. Mama will hurt some of it. Listen, if you go in the jungle right now and it's a male lion here and it's a female lion with some cubs, the male lion gonna want to get you because he don't want you around the female and the cubs. But if she got cubs, the meanest one is her. Who had dogs, raised dogs? Who could go around her when she first had them puppies? You barely can. Unless you talk real nice and let her know, you know, she ain't really want you to go. You know, if you have them and you young, your daddy gonna say, don't go down there around that dog right now. She just had a puppy. She gonna tear your ass up. You know, you can't go around her for a minute when she had them puppies. Boy, you can't go down there. You can't go around a cat either. If a cat have her kittens and you go out, she start going. You can't go around. Mama when she have her babies. Now the daddy still be cool. We still be walking around. If you got a male cat, a female cat, the female in the back, he can't even go over there. He got to wait a long time before he can go see his kittens or his puppies. A male dog cannot go see them puppies. He could beat her anytime except when she had them puppies. He cannot whoop her. She gets superpowers. We wasn't scared to ask daddy We didn't have expectations from daddy. We didn't have expectations because daddy don't do what mama do. Daddy don't run all around to the malls, and daddy ain't doing that shit anyway. He ain't gonna do nothing but go ask your mama. She'll take you. That's all he gonna say. Mama don't want to do all that running around and up and down and spinning and stuff. You know, daddy don't do that. Daddy pay the bills, but daddy don't shop. Daddy didn't start shopping till Jeezy. Every day I'm at the mall. That's when the black man went soft. It was at the mall. The black man wasn't never at the mall. Your daddy ain't taking you no store to shop. The only way your daddy gonna take you to the store is to get like a baseball glove or some man shit. He'll take you. Come on, boy, let me get you a bat and a glove. He'll do that, but it's like other little kitty stuff, clothes and stuff. Daddy not taking you shopping. As a matter of fact, when y'all all go shopping, that's why they had the benches in the mall. That's where the daddies used to sit. The daddies used to go in the mall and sit at the bench or go to the coffee spot. And your daddy wasn't walking around with y'all, and like, mine wasn't. Dad, that's what they had the benches for. Daddy sitting there with all the packages. Mama come and drop them off and walk back off. He's sitting there. He don't want to go anyway. He's chilling. That's when you get back and find daddy got some special caramel corn or something. That's when you get on daddy. That's when you start begging with daddy stuff. Because we don't got no patience. No, they just didn't ever do that kind of stuff, Stesia. They just didn't do that. It wasn't because they don't have no patience. Men don't shop. Typically, men don't shop. Women shop. In other words, women go to the store and look to see what they got. Okay, Stesia? So women go to the store and look, ooh, like that. Men, we don't do that. We go to the store, I need a black pair of slacks. See, we're not going there to look at, we going, I got to go get me some black slacks. So it's like a different mentality. It's not because we don't got no patience, that's just how we buy. You know what I'm saying? So even still now, if I got a green and white and I need a certain kind of green sneaker, I need something to go in my outfit, I'll walk in Champs, I'll look, and if I don't see the color I'm looking for, I walk out. They be like, "Man, I help you?" I'll be like, "No, I'm just looking." I'll look, I don't nothing go with these, and I leave. I'm just trying to find what match this shit and go. I'm not finna look at nothing else in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna look at, if I'm in here trying to get some blue shoes to go with my outfit, if I don't see the blue shoes, I'm gone. I'm never going to pick up nothing else. Oh, this look nice. I should get this too. No, I need the blue shoes, man. That's all I came for. Mama buy something else. Mama taking you to get some shoes. She done bought her 2 sweaters and a blouse. Hey, Stesia, Mama took you shopping and she walk out with a bunch of stuff. They could sell us stuff. Oh, this is cute though. And she be looking. We don't do that. It ain't because we ain't got no patience. We don't dress up like that. What they do now, you know, girl, you know, that's different. They get their blonde dreads and it's twisted up, and they you know, that's a whole another feminine group. Yeah, my daddy ain't going to no malls and shit. My mama buy his clothes. Hey, Steve, my daddy don't gotta buy no clothes. Bessie buy them. You know what I mean? On my soul. Bessie buy his stuff and dress him. My mama dressed my daddy. My daddy never dressed himself. Hey, Stesia, my mama dressed him, I'm telling you. And she said my dad was a little colorblind. I think my daddy couldn't see colors good. Because we get ready to go somewhere, he come out, I'm all like, Randolph, that don't go together. Oh, y'all wait. And she go in that closet. Put this on. I swear to God. And he put it on. He be looking fresh. His wife dressed him. She be having him look the way he's supposed to look. I don't think he would have himself look. I think he was a little colorblind. I don't think he could see colors good. That must be crazy to be colorblind. To have this on and this tie don't really match this blue you got on, like royal blue or something. Only with it, you think it's green or something. That's got to be kind of crazy. But yeah, it wasn't because the men didn't want to do it. They just had a different. They was different. Men and women used to be extremely different. They're a little bit too much alike now. But men and women used to be like totally different creatures back in the 50s or 40s or 30s. They wasn't nothing alike. Like, not at all. Not. They was like nothing close. They were two distinct species. Like me and my sister, we was like nothing alike. I wanted to go get on the bike. I wanted to go play baseball. My sister didn't even want to come out the house. She didn't want to go outside. I don't know what she was in the house doing. Something. I need to call her. What you used to be doing in the house all the time? Now that I think about it, what the hell was she doing? I got to ask her, what you used to be in your room doing? What you used to be in the house doing? I never thought about that. You wouldn't see the girls too much. Unless they bring the jump rope out or something. They had like girls, a girl time. It's the girl time. It's hopscotch jump rope. They all come out. And you can't go over there. Yeah, Steve, you can't go over there if you're a boy. You cannot go over there where they jumping rope and all that. And you cannot go to their stuff. Okay? They had the two famous words. Everybody know they two favorite words with the girls back in the day. And it wasn't no nice words. It was some rough words. Stop, boy! Right? So they didn't like boys coming around. Go! Don't even come over here. Don't come over here. No, you can't jump. No, we don't want to talk to you. You dumb. That's why you failed the 5th grade. All that. You could not go around the girls until they let you know, okay, we'll play now, what y'all want to play. You have to wait till they give you the green light that they're going to play with you. We only play with the girls when they was ready. They had to let us know when they was ready. I swear to God. When we going to play sometimes we play boy and girls game, but the girls dictated when that's going to happen. For real. It was two different worlds. We don't want on a basketball court. We don't want on a baseball field. We don't want to play football. We don't want to ride bikes all over the place. Them girls weren't riding on bikes. Hardly none of the girls had bikes. They don't want no bike. They cute. They just try to be cute all day, every day, all day. They come outside to be cute. They dress up to come outside. I remember when I started seeing girls outside with their hair raggedy and stuff. I was like, what kind of girls is these? Boy, you never caught no girl out there with her hair ain't done all the way laid out. She not coming outside. They was cute all the time. They gotta have their little sneakers looking good. Their little jeans everything gotta be right. They modeling. I mean, girls used to be modeling 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you look at the boys rough and doing all that, but the girls got like their own type of events, their own type of way they function. You know, the way they function and everything, especially when they kids. Now, when they start getting up, teens and stuff, it's still kind of like the same when you go to high school. Like the girls, you know, only a few people got a girlfriend. Y'all ever notice that freshman, sophomore year? Everybody ain't got everybody. It ain't a lot of couples. It's a few couples. Remember how big the couples? You had a couple couples. And all the rest of us was solo. Everybody wasn't hugged up in no couple. Even by the time you get to prom, you got to find a prom date. Everybody ain't got no girlfriend or no boyfriend. The girls do girls. They don't do boys till they get older. I don't know what they like nowadays, but I know that's how it used to be. It was a big separation. They didn't act nothing alike. Didn't dress nothing alike. Didn't function nothing alike. A lot of them group date. Mm, yeah, that's weird. When I was going to high school, if it was between a girl and a basketball, the basketball gonna always win. Always. If she want to be your girlfriend and it's less time on your bike, less time with that baseball, less time basketball, y'all gotta break up because she messing up your whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm too young for this. Yeah, I'm too young. I don't want to. I don't want to be married. Is you crazy? I'm a sophomore. I don't want you hanging on to me like that. You know, we don't get into that kind of stuff until we like seniors almost. We don't want to hang on to no damn girl. I don't know these new boys, Mike. They don't know how to do nothing unless they're on the sports team. They ain't got no coordination or nothing. You go by the parks and stuff, it be empty. They riding around in cars, taking pills and shooting. They can't hoop. They don't do nothing. They weird. They weird. They on perks. Yes, Junior. He a perk head already. That's crazy. They don't ride no bikes. The young brothers, you know what I mean? Yeah, they was grooming you to be mothers and stuff, you know, to know how to cook, buy you an easy bake oven and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But women is just different anyway. They just naturally the different. They trying to make it almost unisex though. They getting there. They're making the girls more butchy and the men more feminine, so they almost like one. You know what I mean? She half man, half girl. He half man, half girl. Now, so they making them more and more alike by adapting the other side and being a mix. It's hard to figure women out now. It's not really hard to figure women out. It's it's not really hard to figure women out. It's the men, the young boys are weirdos. The young men are weirdos, basically. They've been kind of like programmed to be weird. They're they don't have that dominance anymore. Young men, they don't have that anymore. They don't have, first off, they don't like each other anymore. So young males don't like each other. They fight. They don't really get along with each other. So they got no camaraderie at all. So they just kind of a little weird. That's why they so violent. They don't know how to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? That's why sports is so big, because the ones they do get to do sports now is rare. It used to be everybody wanted to do it and you pick the best ones. But now you only got certain people even want to do it. The rest of them don't even want to do nothing like that. They don't want to play no sports. So they definitely messed the roles up. The roles are shot. Yeah, they make up a character. First they don't have as many people. So that's the problem when you don't have babies. When you don't have babies, the babies you do have ain't got nobody to play with, ain't got no social activity. They grow up antisocial. That's why the gangs and stuff, that's the real reason the gangs and stuff is bad. Because they ain't having no babies. So when you have a lot of babies, the children be social early. Because the more the merrier. You ever heard that? The more the merrier. What merry me? Happy. So the more the happier. So then if the more the merrier, the less what? Demeanor. Demeanor if you got less. So when you got a lot of children, they be happy. Because a bunch of them, hey, y'all, what we going to do? Hey, y'all, what we going to do? Ah. But if you only got a few, your son out on the block, it ain't no lot of boys his age. He's 7. He might got to run around with a 10-year-old. If you got a lot of kids, it's a bunch of 7-year-olds running around together. It's a bunch of 6-year-olds running around together. It's a bunch of 10-year-olds running around together. When you got a few, the different ages got to hang out. Now your son's hanging with people too old. He only 7, he 10. He a bad influence to your son. Like right now when you see these shorties, they're all different age groups. You understand? They're all different age groups, so they can't find, and it's only a few of them. It's only a few of them. You go out Halloween, you don't see no whole bunch of children like when I was little. You went out Halloween, you see thousands of children trick or treat. Not no more. They ain't having no babies like that no more. They having babies far and in between. They ain't having no children like that no more. That's sad. That's why them children so mean. They ain't got no fun childhood. There's only a few of them. That's why the schools, The schools is overcrowded, right? When PJ go to school, it might be like 40 kids in this class. Well, they say, well, Pharaoh, if it's less kids, why it's 40 kids? It's 40 kids in this class because they ain't got enough to fill up all the classes, so they got to stick them all in one spot. So the amount of kids in the class is more because you don't got enough kids to have a lot of schools to spread them out. So you got less kids, but you got to pile them on top of each other because you only got one school. If you had more children, these will go to this school, these will go to that school. But when you got less children, you got to take the kids that will go to this school and that school and put them all in one school. So it's overcrowded because you don't got enough for another whole school and this a whole school. You got too many for one school, but you ain't got enough for two schools. That's what's going on. You got too many children for one school. So let's say you need 400 children in each school for the school to have enough children. But let's say you only got 600 children. So you got too much. You got 3 and 3. That's all. No, this school got enough room for another whole 100. So then you got to take the 3 and put it with a 3. So now instead of it having 4, it got 600 over here because you ain't got enough to fill up another school. You would need another 200 to move half of them over here. That's what's going on. So the school's overcrowded, but it's less children. That's what's going on. You know how many schools they closed since I went to school here? They ain't got all those schools no more. There were schools everywhere. They had to close them schools. They've been closing schools since the 90s in Chicago. It's empty buildings everywhere. There used to be schools. They turn them into something else, make houses and all type of stuff out of them. The children got no social activity. That's why they all got to come downtown Chicago. That's why I got the teen turnout. All the teens come, teen takeover, where they just come take over downtown. They ain't got nothing to do in their neighborhoods. The only way they can get around a bunch of children, they all got to go downtown. Where they live at ain't none. Us parents, we seen that early. I seen that early. I got 6 children. I had to take them trick or treating. It was nobody, wasn't nowhere to trick or treat. Facts. When I was coming up, it was trick or treat everywhere. Everybody giving out candy. By the time I had my young daughter, it was nobody giving out no candy and no trick or treat nowhere. I tried to take her to my old neighborhood to trick or treat. We had to actually drive for her to trick or treat. Facts. We had to go on my parents' block on the whole 2 blocks, 160, 115. It might be 3 people giving away candy. Swear to God. 20 houses on each side, 80 houses. 80 houses. It might be 3 people giving out candy. We got to go to the next block, 80 houses, 3 people. Finally, we just went up to where the alderman was at, and he had the alderman's office, and she got candy there. She never would have got no candy in the community. Everybody's lights was out like, we ain't got no candy. And there wasn't no children out there, just a couple. Because you ain't got no babies no more. You ain't having no babies like that no more. I don't know why y'all brothers ain't putting no babies in these women. You talking about you ain't got no money. Babies is how you get money. If you ain't got no population, you ain't going to be no money to get. Duh, bruh. You put a bunch of babies in these women, now you can sell ice cream and all type of stuff. But you ain't got no way to make no money if you ain't got no people. How you going to make money with no people? The babies is the money. So that's why they wanted to bring the Mexicans to have a bunch of babies, but they bring up a bunch of people that didn't want to fit into America, so they started turning it into a hellhole. They started turning it into Mexico. They never they live too close to Mexico. So they ain't gonna never act like Americans. They gonna always act like Mexicans. Cause Mexico right there. So they gonna turn your country into Mexico. That's all they gonna do. If you don't get them out of here and bring them in a few at a time, this country would be a third world country. Because you can't let too many people in from a third world type country and think that the country gonna stay sophisticated. They're gonna start acting like how they act at home. Go to Mexico and see your chances of getting back without the cartels pulling you off on the road out there is slim. It's dangerous down there. It's wild in Mexico. Mexico is not sophisticated and civilized. Mexico is uncivilized. They got some pretty much areas that's pretty fair and decent, but they got cartels out there having roadblocks, snatching people out their cars. The cartels run down there. You can go down there playing if you want to. You might not come back. Look it up. So I don't know what we're going to do. But I know these people going to be out here protesting today. I'm going to talk about it. But y'all have a good day. Don't y'all go out there, FBA, stand down, 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 stand down. Stand down. Do not go around none of them protests. Sit your ass down somewhere. Let the feds get the hell out of here before you come out there. Young brothers, sit down somewhere. Don't get on the Fed radar. You know what I'm saying? Don't get on their radar right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't go outside. It might get crazy. Watch it on TV. Watch it on TV. Come out tomorrow when they burnt out. You know what I mean? When everybody burnt out tomorrow, then go out, do Father's Day and all that stuff tomorrow. But stay out of the way. Don't go to none of them protests. If you know the Fed's coming to the city, get your groceries and go in the crib. You don't want to be out there with that. Because you're going to have federal agents doing all kind of bogus stuff. You mess around, go out there, your mom be looking for you, you be down in Nicaragua somewhere. Yeah, it's like that. All right, FBA, stand down. And don't be on the internet arguing with Hispanics. Let them argue with themselves. Don't let nobody talk to you now that didn't want to talk to you last year. Straight up. They didn't want to talk to you last year, then they don't need to talk to you now. Victory, reparations is a must.